Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have been dying to do a food as medicine series, and I couldn't think of anything better to start with than something that I eat every single day, and that is dark chocolate. Now, before I get into why I eat it every day and what the health benefits are, I want to talk about what kind of dark chocolate to look for. Now, you want to look for something that's 85% or higher. If you've ever looked at dark chocolate before, you notice that they have the percentages on the front of the package. Like this one says 100%. Now, I recommend 85% or higher for the health benefits. I really like the 100%. I have a very strong palate. I love really bold coffee. However, if that's not you, definitely start with a lower percentage like 85. I like to get this locally. However, one of my favorite brands that you can get in nearly any grocery store is called Lilly's, and their 85% is amazing. So if you've never had dark chocolate before, I highly recommend starting with that first. But there are tons of great dark chocolates. That's just a personal preference. Now, I personally have dark chocolate pre-workout before every workout, and there are two reasons why. First of all, it helps increase blood flow to the brain, so it helps with cognitive function. And especially when I'm weight training or even doing yoga and I need to concentrate and focus on what I'm doing, I love how dark chocolate makes me feel. And second of all, it helps to stimulate the lining of the arteries, which helps produce nitric oxide. Now, if you have a pre-workout at your house and you're already using one, you will probably notice that one of the ingredients is nitric oxide already. So what better way to get nitric oxide than a natural form like dark chocolate? So those are two reasons why I love having it pre-workout. However, if that's not your thing and you don't want to have it pre-workout, there are still other great health benefits too. First of all, dark chocolate is so nutritious. It has a lot of soluble fiber and a lot of minerals. Dark chocolate is also loaded with antioxidants, even more antioxidants than blueberries and açaí. And last but not least, it helps to improve the risk factors of heart disease. So we all want healthy hearts, and dark chocolate is a great source to reduce those risk factors. I hope that y'all have enjoyed this first episode of Food is Medicine. If you're curious about another food or have suggestions of what you want to see next, please let me know. And otherwise, enjoy this upper body and HIIT workout. Today I'm doing an upper body workout with some HIIT, and I'm going to take you along. I have added some voice notes and tips and cues to help you make the most of each and every exercise that you see in the video. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions whatsoever about anything you see in any of my videos, feel free to comment below. And also, if you have other ideas and things that you would like to see from me, also comment that below. Here we go. I will put all of the workout details in the description here so you can see exactly how many sets and reps I did, so it'll be easier for you to repeat this yourself that way. But I started with a circuit for HIIT, and I started with 50 jump ropes, and then you'll see in a second I go straight into kettlebell swings, and I did 25 of those. So I did 5 rounds, 50 jump ropes, and then 25 kettlebell swings, and then I rested for 45 seconds in between. For the jump rope, I'm not really focusing on going fast as much as I'm focusing on getting higher and rebounding higher. So jump roping is super great for the lymphatic system, and that's why I choose to do it at the beginning of the workout. Especially in the winter months, I like to do something like to get my heart rate going really quickly and to get blood flowing, so I warm up quicker for the workout. And then kettlebell swings, of course, are one of my favorites for glutes and the core, actually. So I go 50 to 25 and then rest for 45, 5 rounds. And then I go to a superset for back. So I do 2 back exercises back to back and then rest. So a superset is doing 2 exercises in a row and then resting. I started with this seated row. Notice how I'm leaning forward to get a better stretch, and then I pull my shoulder blades down first while pulling my shoulders down and into my spine. This is more of a mid-back exercise, but I really, really love this one. I did 8 to 10 heavier reps there, and then went straight into this upper back exercise on the cable, and I did 12 to 15 reps here. So kind of like a heavy light superset. This is not an exercise you're going to be able to go super heavy on, so you will have to add more reps. This is for what you call the Teres. So you're thinking about pulling your shoulder blades down first and then reaching your arms straight out toward the walls. If you go too low here, you're going to get more of like a lat action, and you want to keep that focus right in the upper back so your arms won't really go any lower than about parallel to the floor. And so after I did these 2 exercises back to back, I rested 70 seconds and then repeated that superset for 4 sets. The end is the best part because you get to do a nice little spinning action, as you'll see here in a second. Yep. After that, I went into a tricep, and a tricep means 3 exercises back to back to back before you rest. I did a bicep, tricep, press, tricep. Lots of tongue twisters there. I started with this seated cable bicep curl with the rope. I don't do this very often, but this felt really nice. I did 12 to 15 reps here and then went straight into the tricep exercise, which you see here. A lying dumbbell tricep extension is my favorite for triceps. Notice before I move the dumbbells down, I squeeze my shoulder blades into the pad so that that is stabilized, and the only thing moving is at the elbow joint. I'm thinking of squeezing my bicep in the bottom of the movement and then contracting the tricep to come out of that. I did, again, 12 to 15 reps here. And this is another one that I don't prefer going super heavy on, so I can get the full stretch and the full squeeze without it going into other muscle groups. The last exercise of this tricep was a seated dumbbell press. Now, if you have a back support, like a bench that inclines that you can lean against, this is going to provide more stability. However, I chose not to do that to integrate more of the core today. So I did 12 to 15 reps here as well, with a good stretch in the bottom and just really focusing on keeping the core nice and tight. I did 4 total rounds of these 3 exercises, and I rested 70 seconds after each round. I finished off the workout with a delt superset, starting with this rear delt exercise. I call these scarecrows. I'm not sure what the technical term is, but you want to choose a lighter weight here because of the external rotation. It is a very difficult movement. And I did about 10 to 12 reps of this variation of the rear delt face pull at a lighter weight. And then, as you see here in a second, I'm going to increase the weight and go into a regular face pull variation. So I kind of like to look at this as a pre-exhaust for the rear delts. So when you increase the weight, go heavier into that traditional face pull, it feels really, really awesome on the rear delts. And I went straight into this L raise variation. I did 15 reps here, not really focusing on spending much time on either extreme, just really going for a good burn. So I did 10 and 10 of the first exercise you saw, and then I did 15 of these L raises, and then I did 4 rounds total of that with only 60 seconds rest in between.